Hello and welcome back to another ATOR relay education video. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to create a family for your relays if you are running more than one relay. If you're new to the series, please be sure to check out the previous videos where I teach you how to install the virtual machine as well as an operating system and the onion router file. And without further ado, let's jump into today's video. So before we hop into the technical stuff, we're just going to go over this file on the Tor website that is about the My Family setting and the importance of why we run that setting. So as it says here, to avoid putting clients at risk when operating multiple relays, you must set a proper My Family value and have a valid contact info in your configuration file. Now, the reason for this is that if you don't disclose the fact that you're running multiple relays, especially on the same network, then the network doesn't know that those relays are both yours, which means that in the circuit, you could be using multiple positions when traffic is being bounced across these nodes. So the best way to disclose that you are indeed running multiple relays is to create this My Family setting within the configuration file, and we will jump into that. So what you're going to want to do in order to sort of gather the information that you need is you're going to want to first open up your virtual machine and then jump into the operating system that you're using. And then within our terminal, we're going to start by obtaining root permissions. And then from there, we're going to open up our configuration file. So to do that, sudo nano etc torrc and hit enter. Now within this file, hopefully you are familiar with it, considering you've likely set up multiple relays already. Now within this file, what we're looking for is the My Family setting, which is right above exit relay. So as you can see here, we have My Family and then these key IDs here. So basically what you're going to do is, and we can just leave that the way that it is and just create another line. We're just going to create a My Family, and then as it says on the website, you're going to take the fingerprints of your multiple relays and you're going to put them on the same line as My Family and separate them with a comma. So if you have your fingerprints handy, then obviously you can just paste them in here, separate them with the comma. But in order to grab our first fingerprint, what I'm going to do is just close that, open up Nix, and then I'm going to just take my fingerprint from here. So to do so, just Control-Shift-C, copy that fingerprint, and then we can hit QQ to exit out of Nix, and then we'll just jump back into the configuration file here. And from here, we're going to go back down to where My Family is. And then create a space between My Family, and then we're going to paste that string. Now, obviously, if you're doing this, you're running multiple relays. So from there, we're just going to create a comma. So I already gathered the fingerprint from my other relay, and what we're going to do is just copy that and paste it beside the other fingerprint that we have previously entered into here. So that's pretty much it. Obviously in this instance, we'd be running 2 relays. If you were running 3 relays, you would add another comma and then your next fingerprint and so on. Now, other than that, the next thing that you're going to want to just make sure of is that this email address that you previously input for your relay is also the same email address on the secondary relay. So everything that we just did in this configuration file for, let's say, relay number 1, we're going to do the exact same thing in the configuration file for relay number 2. So you would do the exact same thing. You would just copy over your fingerprints from both relays, paste it into the configuration file of your second relay, and then we're just going to make sure that our contact information in the second relay is the exact same as the contact information in relay number 1. And this includes the @ator string with your wallet address. Make sure that that is the same string in your second relay as it is in your first as well. So once we've completed these steps, you have both of your fingerprints input under the My Family setting, and then made sure that your contact information was going to be the same on your secondary relay as well. You can go ahead and click Control X to exit, press Y to save, and then enter. And then from here, what you're going to want to do to allow these changes to take effect is type system ctl restart Tor. Now, my configuration is already set up a certain way, so I will not be hitting enter. But what you would do in this instance is hit enter, allow the command to process. Once the command line pops up again, you can basically just go on your way, and there's nothing else for you to do other than set up that secondary configuration file on relay number 2. And then you would just go through the same steps on relay number 2 as relay number 1. And once that's concluded, everything should line up, match up, and you'll be successfully broadcasting both relays as well as their matching IDs and the aspect that they are part of a family. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is very important. If you are running multiple relays, it is imperative that you follow these steps and make sure that you create a family for multiple relays. I hope this video was helpful. If you run into any issues during the configuration or have any questions about anything, please feel free, as always, to reach out to myself or the team in the Discord server, and we will be happy to give you a hand with whatever issues you're having. That's all for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one.